I want to talk about cave accidents. Okay, let me take a poll before we start. I've been wanting to talk about this the whole time. I want to talk about cave accidents.
I gotta know. No, I need to know why. Welcome back to another episode of JustOneFern. Luke's and I here to do a whole lot of talking about a whole lot of nothing, and Max is here with us. Max is here. Background: Max is here now because 2 weeks ago we had a podcast that didn't come out because the camera stopped recording, and we didn't realize the file was corrupt until I started editing it. And so we lost the file.
Yes.
Max's file exists from his video.
It's just
so
my
if
shot.
you want, we can put out the whole
No,
episode of Max.
because
Max. It
you
won't
know-
have the slap. It won't have anything. It was
won't
a
have the
really
slap.
good episode.
It was a great episode
because I was genuinely so furious because it was such a good
yeah,
episode.
I was actually
was-
scared
it was-
shitless. And
I
Yeah.
slapped
It was going to be
Max.
so
Lucas-
good. I was going to
Lucas
edit it to
slapped
have
me?
to be the foreshadowing, like the simple foreshadowing. You know that?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was talking. That's what it's going to be.
that would have been so
I know.
That would've-
I know.
Well,
Well,
too bad the rules of the slap bet are clad in stone, and Lucas had his one slap, and
slap
it
him
doesn't
again,
matter
yeah.
how good or bad the slap was that he did
Yeah.
the slap.
I
Now
will not go easy on you next time. I
Don't.
will have a couple
Yeah.
drinks
Yeah.
to ensure that
Okay.
I'm a little bit.
we should both be drunk next time. I think.
bullheaded about it.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yep, I
I
agree.
think we
I think that when we do like a slap bet, we should make sure we should like get the green screen and do like a background like the UFC fighters.
That's great.
I
I love that.
think it would be good.
Slow motion cam.
Yes,
We
the
should get the
slow-mo cam.
The
Yeah.
slow mo guys. We should get them on, dude.
Wait,
Yeah.
we can
That'd be
do
great
slow
for their
motion on
channel.
this camera,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes.
We can do 120 frames.
Oh, can we really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Well, we got to do that. I've also like figured out how to do slow mo on Adobe, so that's been good.
Okay. Sick.
But I think so. Basically, the story this collapsed. That's what I'm calling it. It collapsed.
The collapse.
The file.
The great
The file
It
collapsed.
fell. It fell. It had a heart
Yeah.
attack. But so I was saying I'm afraid to use software to bring it back because in college I got a virus from doing the YouTube to MP3 file.
Oh, dude, those websites are like.
So
Yeah.
I'm too afraid.
YouTube.
Well, I brought the YouTube to an MP3
Right. Okay.
because I was going to use it as a sample.
You're
in a
gonna
song.
sample it?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
it didn't work.
Dude,
There's
those
a million of those websites, and they're all sketchy.
Yeah,
Every
dude, they're
single
all.
one.
It's all porn banner ads and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You-
I
you
was
gotta go to
very,
Ute.
very dumb.
Utes.
But they did fix it. Shout out Campus IT.
Really?
They fixed it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Nice,
sick.
dude.
I was surprised. I think it was someone that we all knew, but
What was the virus? What happened?
it just shut down completely. Like the whole
Bricked it.
yeah, it bricked it.
That's,
Well,
so
a
lame.
dumb virus.
That's so
And I was like,
lame.
what
you don't
does-
even get anything out of it.
There was like a screen. It like went. And then boom.
Holy shit, dude!
I was like, oh my god, this is it.
Dude, that's like worst case
It
scenario.
was like in the
That's
movies.
like
yeah. It was
it's like the
awful.
suicide bomber of computer
Yeah.
viruses. No one is
Yeah.
getting anything out of this long
Yep.
term. At least steal my information. Jesus,
I
give
remember
you more
saying
credit
at
for
the
that.
time that like I was telling people about it. I don't know if I had told you guys about it, but I was telling people like, oh, I got the virus, and they were like, oh.
Well, that was my
You
thought.
got
I was
the
like,
virus. Like, no, I literally was trying to sample
YouTube?
something.
Well, I
Yeah.
saw
The
that
ri-
there were
is it
hot
the right
singles in my
tube?
area.
It was the right
and
tube.
I
It was the
couldn't
right
resist.
tube. Yeah.
I just couldn't
I
resist. She was so
I
pretty.
couldn't resist.
wait,
She was so pretty.
at college there were
Are you
hot.
kidding me?
I
There's
don't
hot
Dude.
singles in my area?
She was less than a mile from my apartment.
I had to be there.
Dude,
And
had
her
to be there.
husband just passed away, and she's
Oh!
ready to get crazy. Dude, those ones are the funniest ones. The thing, like a picture of like a normal,
Yeah, yeah,
like a normal mom.
It's a Facebook
and it would be
picture
like,
that they
her
stole.
husband just died and she's free. And I'm like, her husband just died, dude. Give her a second.
That's so
And
to
it's always
recover.
one town over, so that way it's like,
Yeah, it's
okay,
like-
because people are like, oh, I wouldn't in my town, but if there's no way of them
Yeah,
finding
yeah,
out
yeah,
about it, you know.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's so
Hot
funny.
That's why
singles
I'm
in
afraid.
Dunkirk.
That's why I'm afraid to use those
Yeah.
websites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to save the file because that's such a good file. And I think
Yeah.
it'd be perfect now because since it's past, we talk about things that have passed. We should now make a Patreon.
You
we should
think?
like officially do it.
I agree. You guys should put whatever up on there. Like even just the pod
Even if we
a day
can,
early.
like, we just like, I don't know, we do like $1 subscription or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then we
just
do,
an extra episode.
Straight up.
or we could do like an unedited episode.
Oh, we could do.
Wait.
We could do another episode. You know what's crazy? I still have our second episode we ever recorded that we thought was way too bad. Like we said some bad
Too
things.
risque?
Yeah, it's too risque.
You can put whatever you want on Patreon.
But
dude.
looking back, Not at all.
Really?
Yeah, like it was probably so simple. We were like, "Oh no!" Like,
You guys should do it. You should put that up.
So I think we should put that on Patreon. Like
That'd be good.
I know
Yeah.
I know a podcast that I like to listen to, and on their Patreon, they're like we're doing a drug series. So like they do the podcast, but they're on mushrooms, or they do the podcast, but they're absolutely hammered, and then they do the podcast, but they're really stoned.
That's fun.
And I'm like, that's perfect for Patreon.
Yeah.
We got to do like some
we could
video series brainstorming. There was this video series I just found recently that is this really like this guy who's known for like being kind of a drunk idiot. Like that's his whole thing, like drinking beer and like chugging beers with people, going to games, chugging beer. Like that's his whole vibe. He does a video series where someone who's viewed as incredibly intelligent teaches him about basic things, like teaches him about the witch trials, teaches him about the electoral college. And
that's
very
so funny. That sounds hilarious.
Because he doesn't know any of it. So he's like, what is this? Like, but he knows things. He's an adult, so he knows things, but he's trying to compare these like basic educational historical facts to things that are happening now, and it's very funny.
So he's like, oh, Salem witch trials, that's like what's happening with Big Justice and AJ.
No, that's what happened. He literally goes, is that like Blair Witch? Like it's like that's so funny. Dude, so we got to do like a video, like we got to think of some like fun ideas that we can do that are that simple.
It's a bit of an idiot abroad type thing, dude. That show was very funny.
I feel like the three, like we think big.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What we could do, something simple. We could have like a nerd out thing. It's like, I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite things in the world that you won't let me tell you about.
Presentation.
Yeah, that would be really good.
PowerPoint presentation.
Those
are
about
very
things
funny.
we love.
Those are very fun.
Yeah,
that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Pick a number.
7.
Okay. Max,
4.
pick a number. I would have picked 1 trillion because I think big. And you guys apparently don't think big.
I was gonna do a big one, but I'm like, everyone picks 7. Just 7.
I picked 4 because
you didn't think trillion, did you? Because you don't think big.
There's 3 friends in this room, and I wish there was one more friend.
Oh, why? Wait, why?
That's why I picked 4.
But you don't remember?
I always wish there was one more friend.
You remember Jacob?
Who is Jacob?
He doesn't remember.
You remember Jacob?
That's upsetting.
It was really
the accident scrambled my brains like scrambled eggs.
So is that where you're talking like that?
Yeah. Did someone like that guy from Heroes come and erase your memory? Where he does like the Spock thing and he goes and erases your memory.
What's Heroes?
Oh,
all right.
Great show. Great.
Guys, I'm
you
back.
Gotta watch it.
I'm back. What did I miss? The real me is back.
You missed Heroes. So it's on Peacock.
Yeah.
No sponsors. No ads. No free ads.
It was like a early 2000s like Lost style show, but it was about like superheroes that aren't like out.
They're
in the closet?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Are they gay?
There's like no. Well,
gay superheroes?
I think one of them, yes. But
that's what Marvel's trying to do to
That's a minor part of my life compared to my powers.
Don't do that.
If people say that shit, they're like
Marvel's
Marvel's trying to make everything gay, and I hate it. What is that? Why are people so? They're so mad. They're so mad that somebody else's creative project is creative. Like, fuck off.
Dude, like Superman wouldn't be gay. It's like Superman doesn't have real powers.
No, I'm not. You just don't like it because you're homophobic.
Literally, it's like, wait, art imitates real life? No, I need a place where I'm not afraid.
It's about to get much worse, though.
Yeah.
Good lead in. Good lead in on that.
Much worse.
In case you didn't hear.
Yeah. To all of our European viewers, in case you didn't hear,
the United States
Trump
just had
won.
an election, and we lost.
We lost.
The United States lost.
The United States, the youth of America lost.
Yeah.
To the fucking elderly pieces of shit. So basically, I just want to say that I am very furious. I posted a whole Instagram story about it. I was so mad.
Cassie really liked what you put.
Yeah,
I appreciated what you
really
posted. Also, it was well said.
Thank you. I thought so. The first part that I saw, half of it was from like a tweet I saw, and then I pasted it into my notes app, and then I just kind of wrote my thoughts based on that.
You wrote a lot of that,
and so most of it's mine.
Wow,
because I was so pissed off.
It was
but
very well
pissed
put.
at the point where I was like, I need to not be angry. I just need to say how I feel. And I am angry, and I want to convey that without being like, fuck you.
We need to allow our anger to move us to action.
Yeah.
Because I'm so sick of like
just complaining. Like that's not as, it doesn't do as much. But like complaining angrily, like what you said, I thought was really nice and
It was
and,
well
like, inspired
it was
hope,
well put.
you know,
Yeah.
in a nice way.
I did give a little jab.
there are
It's kind
things
of like
that
a
we can
wink,
do.
like at the end of a heist, you do like a
you did too.
And that was what it was. It was it was the tax plan that everyone's talking about. It's not helping your $45K a year ass. That was what I put.
literally.
Dude, that is
Like,
so
fuck off, you
literally.
idiot. Yeah.
It's crazy that people are like, he's just like me.
And I
It's
threw in
like,
an
God,
Einstein quote.
You did.
Yeah, that was
it's
sick.
it's honestly, it was funny
What was
because
it
I was
again?
like, this is my favorite Einstein quote. I've never been really able to use it, and I'm using it. Perfect timing.
What
Here
was
we
it?
go.
What was it?
It's two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. And I'm not sure about the universe.
That's good.
Yeah. Dude,
Did he
Einstein
really
was a
say
funny
that?
motherfucker.
That's
He was
hilarious.
hysterical. Yeah.
Dude, he
That's
said
sick.
there was another one he did where he's like a
Oh no!
I don't.
It was
did
like-
die.
He's
Is
like
that what you're
ketamine. He's like
quoting?
ketamine.
And Einstein invented
damn it, I
ketamine.
can't remember it. I can't
What?
remember it.
Einstein invented ketamine because the brain was going too fast. They had to slow it
you had
down.
to slow it down. You had to slow it down.
There's
to
approaching
understand
the
all
speed
the
of
thoughts
light.
that he was
He's
saying.
like, nobody, no, you can't pass the speed of light because nobody should ever do it because it hurt me.
yeah.
It hurt me
Yeah.
bad when I
Yeah.
did it.
Dude, I really like sometimes.
It hurt me bad when I did it. They're like, you crossed it. He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
a
be writing
law.
about
It's
it.
a
We'll be
law. Don't look it up.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Every time I see like a quote from Einstein, excuse me, I get like more and more on the side of, yeah, no wonder like everyone was like, this is the smartest guy ever. Like, dude, it's just
everything
like
you
every
said.
single time I learn more about him, I'm like, well, no shit. Yeah, of course this guy's the smartest
Yeah.
guy ever. Like, he's just brilliant.
The one I always think of is if you judge a fish by his ability to climb a tree, then I don't remember the
He'll
rest.
spend
but
his
you're-
whole life thinking he's stupid.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Oh.
end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. That's teamwork right there.
Okay, I want to dispel a myth. Because Einstein had a lot of good things to say, but the myth that he did poorly in math class in school is completely false.
Yeah, that's
You know
not
the thing
surprising.
where parents are like, Einstein didn't do well in
Yeah,
math in
yes,
school, honey.
yeah.
It's like someone
Michael
asked him
Jordan
about
didn't
that,
make the
and he said,
basketball
by the
team.
time I was 16, I had an advanced, I understood advanced calculus and astrophysics. Like I was very good at math always.
Yeah,
Like
that
that's
makes
not-
no sense.
Why would he have a bad math grade in school? It doesn't make any sense. He's a theoretical physicist. That's
Yeah.
all he did was theoretical math. Like
And somebody took the Michael Jordan thing and just put it on Einstein.
Yes, exactly.
It was
exactly.
Michael
Michael
Jordan-
Jordan didn't make his high school basketball team.
As a fucking freshman.
Yeah.
He didn't make varsity.
Of
like,
course,
doesn't matter.
Bruh.
Of course he didn't.
Also,
He was probably 5 feet tall.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
that blows my mind because it's like people view when you are in middle school and high school, you think that is everything. And then for sports specifically, they base your high school career on everything. Like that's how you get into college, that's how you get into the pros. It's just like
Yeah.
it's crazy to me. It blows my mind.
But not at Chatham. At Chatham, we were given those same speeches in the locker room.
Were you really?
You'll remember this game for the rest of your life. You better go out there and make it count. I'm like, dude, I'm going to school for music. Like, I don't know.
This shit. It's like,
Who are
this
you
is like
talking
something I'm
to?
spending my time, and that's it. Like I just,
I'm like, this
I'm
is
4 for 15, coach. I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
quitting next year. I'm going to be in the musical. Like,
I've never
and I
once
did.
had a
Coach,
double-double.
I can't run and I can't throw the discus either. So I don't know what you want me to do. I'm just here to waste
That is
some time.
really going directly from a good sport, a known sport, basketball. You immediately go to track. That's what I did.
Yeah.
You're not good enough.
No
go to track.
expectations.
Track.
Track is like, I don't know, go run around.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
There
know.
was
Go
one
throw
time
some shit around.
in track where, so the way that our field was set up, we had our football field, and then at the top there was like another layer that was where you threw the discus and the shot put, and then the baseball field was on an even higher part of like this hill, right?
What the fuck?
Very
That's
badly
bizarre.
planned.
Good.
But at the top, there's like this grate in the hole in the ground, and we like opened it and like went down to like the sewer like during practice.
Dude,
that was it.
That is high school shenanigans. That is peak. I love that.
I
shit.
should have been throwing discus,
Your
but I
coach
was
looked
not.
around. He's like, "Where is everyone? What the fuck?" And then you're all just in the
Yeah,
sewer.
we were just all in the sewer.
Dude, there was
That's
a
awesome.
catwalk above our
Yeah.
auditorium.
Oh, that place was sick in our auditorium too.
And we would always sneak up into the catwalk,
Yeah.
which was like 50 feet in the air. Like,
Yeah,
it was
dude.
very high up, and then you'd like drop shit on people, like which is like sitting there doing their own. They go,
my brother used to smoke cigarettes on the catwalk.
yeah.
And then
I never
I don't
went
know
on
if
the
he ever
catwalk.
got caught. It was
I was too afraid to go on the
It
catwalk.
was,
Yeah,
dude,
whatever.
it was scary.
Yeah.
You, like literally, there was some
Yeah,
parts you had to
whatever.
army crawl. And I was like,
what? Oh, we didn't have that.
No?
All of our shit was walkable this way.
Oh,
and
no.
it was like everyone has signed their name on that and shit.
Dude, ours was like wood planks.
Oh my God.
In like a crawl space.
Dude, we had like an actual walkway. We had like a steel walkway. That's fucking crazy.
Ours was really nice. They had just renovated it like 3 years before I got to high school.
Nice.
It was really nice.
That's nice.
But when I was a freshman and I joined track, there was this one guy who was like a senior at the time on the team, and we like went out for practice, and it was the throwing squad, which I was on, of course.
Oh yeah,
you threw?
Were we all throwers? We were both throwers.
And I high jumped.
You threw too?
I was a thrower.
And I high jumped until I broke my leg doing it.
You broke your leg?
Yeah, high jumping?
What?
You guys don't know this?
Did you break it in the air
never heard
or on the
this.
ground?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me tell this one thing, and then I'll tell you the high jumping. So when we went up for like throwing practice, this one senior came over, and my coach was like, "Hey, like get them through like warm ups and stuff." And he's like, "All right." Is your senior talking?
Yeah. He's
all right.
Lowering his voice on purpose.
I'm gonna teach you a few things. Just remember, your hearts may belong to God, but your asses belong to me.
I bet you said that
stuck with in my head forever.
Wait, this was somebody else said this to you?
Oh, someone else said that to me.
Oh, I thought you said that.
No,
I'm cringing.
No, but that has stuck in my head forever. And there were so many moments when I wish I had the opportunity to say it, but I never got the opportunity to say it.
Dude, a senior to a freshman, it's like, I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Yeah. But so the other thing, I broke my leg high jumping in high school.
Yeah. How did that happen?
So it was a rainy-ish day. It was a little wet on the ground. The rain had kind of stopped. I was high jumping. I had already gotten over like 2 sets, and I was running up, and I planted to jump over, and there was this spot in kind of near the mat where it's like there's the track, and then there's a little dip into like the cement, right? Yeah. And so the way that it's supposed to be set up is the mat is supposed to be exactly over the track. So there's no little dip. Now, I don't think this really had too much to do with it, but it was there. So when I ran up, I stepped right on this little like dip, and I pushed up. And as I pushed up, my leg broke. And then I fell into the bar and just was like laying there.
So you broke your leg from the force of pushing.
Yeah, that's I totally thought it'd be landing.
No.
And then
you land on your back.
And then you hit your back into the
pole, which is a hard post.
Yeah.
And so I fell into it. That didn't. Of course, it doesn't break it. Like, and then
what part of your leg broke?
Was it was the fibula? So it was the
back one.
Not
that
this one, but it's the one back here.
Oh,
yeah.
There's no bone back there. It's all meat.
It's not.
No, there's 2 bones. There's 2 bones.
So there's a front bone and the backbone.
Yeah,
correct.
You broke your backbone.
I broke the back one, and
he broke his spine.
Apparently, the break was so strange that they didn't give me a cast. So still to this day, my leg is kind of fucked up from it.
Really?
Yeah. Yes. Because they're like, just don't walk on it. And so I just had my like bare leg out on crutches. And
What
there'd be so many times when I would step on it, I'm gonna be like, ow, this hurts. So yeah.
They didn't cast it?
Didn't cast it.
What?
Yeah.
That seems wrong.
That seems wrong also.
It was I don't know, family recommended doctor. So I guess
you'd think that they would like
I don't think that they did their jobs. But
how many health history issues do you have
so
that
many
we haven't talked
so
about?
Many.
Yeah.
Because every time you've talked about you at the doctor, things go poorly.
Yeah, dude. Doctors and I, oil and water, baby.
You need to eat more apples.
I hope that everything is okay now, because this happened recently with Tony Hawk, weirdly enough, this story where he broke his femur.
What?
So his story was his son was home from college, and they have literally a half pipe in their backyard. Yeah. Riley. And they have a half pipe in their backyard, and he was practicing because he wants to do like a 900 or whatever. And he was like, it was the end of my session, and I was feeling pretty good, and I was tired out though, so I didn't want to give it more. And then my son comes home with all his friends from college, and they see me skating, and they're like, yo, it's Tony Hawk, you got to do something. He was like, all right. So he goes down, and he broke his leg at the bottom of the ramp, like broke his femur. Which is
that's your big bone.
That's the biggest bone in your body.
Break. And he the worst bone.
And he broke it. And he said, like, always throughout his entire life, he was always like the first person. Like half the time that the doctors told him to take to rest up, he was back on the skateboard doing it. And he's fucking 60. Mm-hmm. He's 60, and this happened like last year or something.
Oh my god!
And so he was, he would get on the skateboard, and he's like, "Whoa, I really don't feel stable or whatever." And he tried for weeks on end. He went back to the doctor, and they were like, "Yeah, we told you to stay off it, Now what's happened is the two pieces of your bone are healing independently of each other.
No.
So they're just stacked on top of each other. That's why it doesn't feel stable, because your bone is not connected. So they'd go back in, they had to re-break it, they had to do all this shit. And he was like, this is the first time in my entire life that I've ever had to like just sit in bed and wait. And like there was some other skateboarder he was talking to. I think it was Rodney Mullen. And Rodney Mullen also had something like this. And he's like, dude, you have to just wait. Like you can't. You're fucking 60. You have to just sit and wait this out.
It doesn't work like it used to.
Yeah, you can't. You're not 18 years old anymore. You can't just break your arm and get back out there.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
That's wild.
So I hope that didn't happen to your leg, dude. Maybe that's what happened.
Like I'm worried that maybe
that's what happened.
Because there's still times of like, I haven't exercised in a while, but if I like would go on a run for like a long run, afterwards I'm like, my leg is killing me.
Real? That leg?
This leg.
Interesting.
Left
in
leg.
that area.
In that area. Yeah.
Well, that must be why.
Must
be why.
Son, we need to take you to a hospital right now.
You know what's crazy, Lucas? I trust you more than a doctor right now. So that
says everything we need to know about your doctors.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, about the medical system in this country. Yeah.
I am not a doctor.
You are to me.
And guess what? The medical system's only going to get worse.
Oh no! Not
speaking of running, I have a senior to freshman story from high school also.
Ooh.
Now this one
Were you the freshman?
I was a freshman.
Okay.
And I was on the cross country team.
Okay.
Runners.
Big running guy.
I hated running.
Were you thin as it?
But I did it. I was on
Bullshit.
the team.
You love running.
No, I like it now, but at the time I fucking hated it. But I got on the team because I knew people on the team, and I wanted
toothpick.
Skinny,
I had
skinny
said,
dick.
Were you as thin as a? And then I couldn't think of anything.
And now you're following.
Thin as a rail.
I was. It made me very skinny.
Yeah.
And one of our first race, because they split up the guys and the girls, but they all practice together. So then at the races, you run with the guys.
Yes.
And there's a guys team. So the seniors were hot shit. You know, they were very good.
Yeah.
And then there's a bunch of us freshmen who joined the team. We were all sitting around in a circle, and the seniors were guiding the stretches and everything.
Wow.
And he's like, "Yes, you're gonna want to do this. You're going to do this. All right, now I need to take a poll." And there's probably like 6 freshmen. I need to take a poll. Raise your hand if you haven't masturbated. and then everyone was like, and then I had to look at like 3 of my friends who we'd never talked about it. And we made eye contact and we were like, he just did like that. I was like, this is so exposing. How dare you?
Yes.
How dare you? You knew what the social pressure was, and you manipulated us to admitting something I didn't want to talk about. I'm 14. This is not right.
Yeah. This is not right.
This is not right. But now looking back, I'm like, that's so funny.
That is
very funny.
That's because you know what? That is such a senior thing.
Like, it is such a ride the line thing.
When they see the freshmen, it's like fresh meat.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy when they cup your balls.
Yeah. Well, what are you talking?
Did you guys?
Wait,
talk about cradling?
No, I don't.
No. They like.
You're not talking about cradling?
No, they go in and. But it's just a joke. I mean, it's like a classic. No. They cup and they hold.
That happened to you?
No,
but they hold it there.
I never experienced.
Sure, they did it, but was it to you?
Never experienced this. Was Daniel?
No.
Was this?
Well, I never got it. I mean,
okay.
I would like.
I mean, clearly never. No, it never. It would never be you. But
did you like it?
It was not different than sack.
Well, I didn't. If I did have it, I don't think so. Because I don't know. I don't know what it would be like. But if I did know, then,
that was different than sack tap. You guys agree with sack tapping?
No, it was holding. Sack tapping, dude.
That was infuriating.
Anyone that
can I just say real quick? What they did was bad.
Yes.
What they shouldn't have done that. Yes. But it's funny in retrospect.
Yeah.
I don't approve. But
no, it was terrible.
Sack taps are bad.
Sack taps was horrible.
We had to create a new rule. Anyone that attempted a sack tap on me or any of my friends, we would just go for punches. I'm like, I'm not fucking around anymore.
Yeah.
You try and sack tap me, I'm sack punching you, bitch. It's over.
Sack punching you. No, that's
ending
fair.
this now.
That was your right.
I had no patience for it. I remember telling people, if you do that to me, I will punch you.
Much.
Did you guys have oh fuck, guys, I think I sat in some gum. Can you see that? Did you guys know this one?
Dude, the little bird.
God
little
damn
birdie.
That was sack tap territory. If someone did that to you, that was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do it again.
Well, see,
Dude,
we
it was
turned
awful.
it into the bubblegum bandit.
Oh.
Bubblegum
The
bandit.
like what, hide and seek? What the hell is that?
So to not get hit, you'd scrunch it up and you take a picture and you send it over Snapchat on a 1 second timer.
1 second.
Yeah. And it says, you've been struck by the bubblegum bandit.
Okay, that
is what the song's about.
That's
That
much
is what the
funnier.
song's
That's
about.
much funnier.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Yeah, it's good.
That is so terrible. It's like a tag you're it kind of thing.
It is a tag. Well, then you have to do it to somebody else.
That's what. Yeah, that's horrible.
It is crazy how many things happen in high school that when you look back, you're like, that was sexual harassment.
Dude, so much.
So
And
many things.
So many.
You
things.
just don't.
You're just
doesn't
like,
all
that guy's
come
a real
together.
jerk.
Yeah.
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 That is a crime.
It's the things that
This is
like
a
at the
crime.
time they'd be like, oh, it's just boys being boys. And it's like, no, that's
yeah.
No, you're like-
sexual assault.
And
So
funny how
That,
some
that would
people-
not fly in the
no,
office.
not at all.
Funny how some people never grow out of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
A
don't.
lot of people.
A lot
don't
of
grow out
people
it.
still think
and they're the
that's
worst,
okay.
and that's why what happened on Tuesday happened.
Well, that guy is still in that mindset.
He's there.
He's still there mentally.
Yeah. Did you know that you can like be a felon and still be president? That's pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Technically, he's not a felon yet. Technically, he's not yet a felon. So, he could not become one
Yeah.
with his presidential power.
Yeah, it's insane. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Interesting.
It's gross. It's
Interesting how men who hate the government suddenly don't care about the law when it comes to
right. Literally.
Well, technically, he's not. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were a tattletale. I
Yeah,
thought you believed
yeah.
in. I thought
you're
you
a
believed in
snitch?
freedom.
But yeah, I thought you believed in the criminal justice
You
system.
fucking
I don't
hypocrites.
know. It's like
It's infuriating.
it's like do you think it's working?
Rules for
Do you think it's working?
rules for
Yeah.
thee, but
What do you
not
think
for
is-
me. That's
Yeah.
what I think is happening.
Yeah. No, it's ridiculous. It's very upsetting. I'm like, yesterday was tough, and I was like really just checking in on everyone, especially women in my life. And
I checked in with many women,
and
in
it
my
was just
life,
like, this is crazy, man. I don't understand it, and I'll never understand it.
yeah.
But I
A
do
lot
think
of them were in a bad place.
I do think, as like Max was saying, we have to. I think it's our job as like straight white men to like talk to other straight white men and be like, hey,
Yeah.
what are you
we-
doing?
we
Which
can
side are
bridge
you
the
on
gap.
here? And also, I know this is so cliche, but like we've got to fucking get off our phones and stop posting about shit and
Yeah.
literally do something in person. Like
Yeah.
for once, like if I this is something that I've been thinking about a lot, and this is the one point I wanted to make about this whole thing is that the left and liberals are in fucking la la land right now. And I'm not trying to blame people on the left for not doing enough or whatever, but I kind of am at the same time. Like the reason why we got into the situation partially is because we have people on the left that are like, well, I think if we just went with anarcho-communism, which is we abolish the entire government and then we go off into stateless it's like, that's not where no one's doing that.
Yeah.
Get your fucking head out of the clouds. Like
Yeah.
where people are homeless.
Yeah.
And that's
People can't afford their groceries. Inflation's going crazy. No one has health insurance. And you're like, we should just dissolve everything.
Yeah.
It's like, great fucking plan, dude.
Yeah.
Like
And that's what
get our
Because
head out of the
people
clouds.
in Middle America, they
Your
don't
head is
feel
up your
heard
ass.
by the Democratic Party.
No, they
No.
don't.
They don't feel heard, and
don't.
it is crazy to me to think that I saw something recently, and I was reading about it more. I just can't think of like a celebrity endorsement being anything but a deterrent
Interesting.
to the Middle American people.
Yeah, because we hate celebrities
guess what?
right
Every
now, dude.
celebrity has equal parts people that hate them and people that love them. And if you
Right.
say that you are voting for this person as a celebrity, there are so many people who are going to say, fuck you, I'm not voting
And
for that
guess
person.
what?
And that could be their only reason.
Yeah.
So just shut up.
And their life as a celebrity is not affected by any of these
Correct.
fucking policies that
Correct.
are
Not
actually
in the
up for grabs.
slightest.
The healthcare doesn't fucking affect them. Joblessness doesn't affect them.
Yes.
These fucking crises are not. That's why the Imagine shit during COVID made people so
Yeah.
mad was
Yeah.
because like you're in your fucking ivory tower
Yes.
on your phone
Yeah.
making a video acting like you're one of us and you're
Right.
not.
Yeah.
Like your life is perfect. It's compared to our lives.
Yeah.
And we need help.
It's like
And
that celebrity video where
so
she's like,
disingenuous.
yeah, we grew up working class. And then the guy, and he's like, no, your father had a Rolls Royce. He like steps into her documentary. He had a Rolls Royce. She's like, well, don't lie to these people. You grew up rich.
Yeah. It's very insulting.
It is insulting. It's incredibly insulting. So I just think that like we need to start figuring out a way to talk to people in middle America and genuinely say to them, what would make you change sides? As a real question, what would it take? And if they're like, nothing, I'm like, well, then you're a lost cause. But if you're like, well, if they were to talk about this, and this, like, all right, perfect, let's talk about it.
There's so many things
you have to be able to have the
sides.
conversations that aren't extremists, which a lot of them are.
And that aren't based on fully like rhetoric. I think there's so many things that everyone agrees on in this country. Like, I think workers who are working class should be paid a fair amount. I think people should be able to afford going to the doctor.
Right.
Like, saying things in terms of like literally what you believe instead of being like, I disagree with gun control. It's like you say the word gun control and everyone's assholes clench.
Right, they clench.
We can't use that wording anymore. We have to find another way to talk about issues too. You know, like
it's because like we speak in these absolutes. Like we're Sith.
And it's dude, it's no wonder that people on the right hate people on the left because people on the left we gotta talk about this Star Wars book. We talk about this. But people on the left can be so fucking condescending also. There's a lot because I align with most leftist values, but it's so condescending. Like people on the left will be like, oh, Trump got voted in because no one in this country is cultured and shit like that. And it's like that's not the case.
Well, also
there's obviously a reason why people are voting for him.
Yes.
They're not stupid.
But you're not doing anything to help that.
Also,
because because if I'm just like because obviously I believe in everything that like is progressive and liberal and all of those things. I am very much of that mindset. However, I'm not stupid enough to think that there are people that are so afraid of that because they do not know anything about it. Like if you were just a random person in Alabama that has never experienced anything other than your little white family, no shit, someone from New York coming and telling you that you're a fucking moron is gonna piss you off.
Of course it is.
No fucking shit.
They're saying you're a bad person.
Yeah.
And it's your fault that people are being like destroyed and marginalized.
Right.
And he's like, I've just been sitting in my house like I haven't done shit.
Right.
I think from what I've heard from Republican people that I know is their issue is that they feel attacked. Yeah. And like they are being attacked. I mean, like, let's be fair. Like a lot of people are like calling out white men for good reason.
Yes.
And you know, it's like it's one of those things. It's like white men have done a lot of damage.
Yes.
But not all white men have done damage. And I think they're getting a little taste of like racism.
The reason why white men flock to right-wing ideology is because they feel like they can't even open their mouths and say something without being attacked. And I'm not going to say that some people don't deserve it, but like, of course they're flocking to like the reason why people like right-wing pundits, especially white men, is because they feel like they're being attacked. And whether or not that's true or whether or not that's deserved, that's how they feel. They don't have the emotional intelligence to understand what's happening to them. So they're going to flock to the first person that says, you are doing the right thing. Your feelings are valid. Buy my course. You can become an alpha male. You can become a sigma male. You can drive a Lamborghini. You can drive a Bugatti. Of course, that's what they're going to flock to.
The only people
who are like, I accept you. I accept you for who you are. So like we all have to be more accepting.
It is, you have to realize that just because someone is not as educated as you doesn't mean
they're a bad
person. They're a bad person. It means that you need to speak to them and talk to them in a way that they will understand. And that's not a bad thing. That's not me calling people stupid. That's saying you don't have enough education the way that we do in the Northeast usually.
Yeah.
To have a thought about this thing. And of course,
maybe
you're
you
not
don't have the experience. Maybe you don't have the
internet is fracturing these perspectives a million trillion times once a day. It's like there's a new perspective that crops up that is like becoming a monetized like way of thinking to get people in on it. So it's like we have to just focus in on what brings people together, what is common ground. And I think the more that we can avoid inflammatory content online, the better. Like I genuinely believe if you want a better worldview, you should talk to people in person. You should ask them questions why. Yes. Don't immediately be like, well, if you just think that because
don't argue. Listen
to what they're saying. And if their viewpoint is shitty, and if they have an invalid opinion, if you ask them enough questions and you lead them to the core of their train of thought, they will discover for themselves maybe that they don't feel a certain way, maybe that there is cognitive dissonance. Like if you talk to someone for long enough and ask them enough questions, like if someone is like a fucking Klan member, you've heard about this guy who's I can't remember his name. He's a black guy and he converts Klansmen.
No, I don't think I know about him.
The Klan.
That's
and
awesome.
He just makes friends with people. He just talks to them. He learns about their life story. He lets them talk about their experience. He asks them questions. And eventually, through months and years, mostly the first thing they think is, well, I just didn't think that we could be friends because you're a black, whatever else. And
which is huge.
For them,
that's a huge step.
Yeah, through them just talking about their experience and eventually coming to the core of why they feel the way they feel, they're like, oh, like this isn't actually reflective of the world that I live in, you know?
Right.
So if someone really does have a bad take, like you just need to genuinely engage with them and listen to what they have to say.
Hear them and try to understand where they're coming from. And I think that could go both ways.
Yes. No, I agree. I think that there are so many times when we are just immediate, our first instinct is anger.
Yeah, your gut reaction.
You don't agree with me? I'm furious at you.
Because we've been told that the other side is evil. We have been told that other people are evil for feeling the way that they do. People are just misguided and are just ignorant about things.
Exactly.
There's shit that we're misguided and ignorant about. There's plenty of things
that I don't understand something.
Of course. And that's the thing is we have to realize that nobody will ever know everything about everything.
Right.
It's just not possible. Yeah. All we can do is talk to somebody about their experience because guess what? Our experience is much different than a lot of people and try to figure out a way to just talk them into and let them figure it out for themselves, like you were saying, Max. I don't know. It's very upsetting because obviously I, of course, do not think he should have won.
I'm pissed.
I'm really
pissed.
fucking
of course
mad.
Yeah,
it is taking away rights for so many people. And the thing is, so many people that voted for him don't know that.
No.
And they don't understand it. And that is the hardest part.
And it might be because they don't understand somebody else's worldview.
Right.
Because I think a lot of the voters might not be the ones who are affected.
Yes, right.
By
exactly.
the changes that haven't happened, but sound like they're going to.
I have a friend, every time I've gone home for the past couple of times, he goes, oh, how's the migrant situation in New York? I'm like, what migrant situation?
Everyone says that to me. Everyone says that.
Do you think I'm walking around and everyone is wearing their fucking ID card like a badge, like in fucking Nazi Germany times?
It's a mixing pot here. There's a million people from a million different nationalities.
You think I'm going to be able to tell if someone is a fucking Mexican migrant versus someone is from Venezuela versus someone is from the Dominican Republic? Like, what the fuck? I'm not asking, hey, what country are you from? What country are you from? Are you legal? Are you legal? Like, what do you think is happening here? It hasn't been my personal experience.
And that's kind of, it brings me back to my main point is, and this is kind of what I also talked about in that like blurb I posted, is that like education is so important. You do not have the same education that somebody else does. You don't have the same life experience as someone else does. You have to be able to learn about things, and that is not helped by the media. But it's just up to everybody to learn and talk to people.
I guess it's good they asked analysis, and that if that's what we're saying, it's good that they did ask us.
That's what I said. You know? I said I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any migrant crisis in New York. I don't know what they're talking about.
And it's being able to then stand for yourself and be like,
no,
that's not
my experience.
My experience is not.
Right. Exactly.
All we have is our personal experience.
Exactly.
The media is so corrupt and everything is so schizophrenic now. You can honestly only trust what you can see with your two eyes to a certain extent. Weirdly enough, it's gone totally the opposite direction. It's like we used to think that media was like, oh well, we can trust this. Like this is a television program. Of course we can trust this. Now it's like Now it's crazy.
It is crazy.
It makes me very frustrated.
I just wanted to say that I'm furious and really pissed off. And angry and sad. So,
but we
have you guys
do something in person.
We can do something in person.
We can do things in person.
We're thinking about doing some.
We want to do a trash pickup.
Yeah, trash pickup.
A litter pickup, perhaps.
I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about doing a like a 10K or something for charity, like some sort of like.
There you go.
I'm thinking about
political
doing
charity.
something that makes me extremely uncomfortable,
What's that?
which is
Kiss me.
making some calls.
Make some
Make some
calls.
calls.
Just talk to people.
Yeah.
Who?
Wow.
Just talk to people.
Like who?
Anybody. People that like voted for Trump. Like I want to know why they like. I'm sure there are people that are calling asking, like why,
Yeah.
but like do it in a way where it's like I'm genuinely curious.
That would
I
be,
like that idea.
dude. That would
Make
make a huge
that
difference.
is something really
that'd be-
big to like. If I can understand someone that's I don't know, someone random, you know, like that is just maybe a normal person, like that's not in the media, not being interviewed by the media. I think that'd be really cool to like see why, because then
would
I
be
can
genuinely.
talk to
I'm into
somebody.
that.
I'm actually really interested.
Yeah.
I would want to know.
I want to
I don't-
talk to
I
somebody.
wanna know
Like I said,
more.
I just want to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Because I feel
'Cause
like
they're people,
we
man.
can,
They're
we
people.
can, person by person, we can figure this out. It's gonna take a long time, but we can do it.
Yeah.
And it sucks that because again, my first instinct is anger. My first instinct is fuck you.
Everyone's
How dare
pissed.
you not think about the people in your life that are being affected by this?
Yeah.
But it's like they don't know. Most of them. Some of them do, and they're horrible
Yeah.
people. But
Or maybe
a lot
they
of
have
them
different
don't.
priorities.
Yeah, I
guess,
genuinely,
you know?
I don't think that anyone is stupid enough to just be like, well, I like him because he's mean. You know what I mean? Like, I genuinely think that is like a caricature of a human being that is like so harmful. That is more harmful because it's a very unempathetic position. It's like obviously people have some form of thought process as to why they feel the way that they feel. Like they've come to their own conclusions over time, just like everybody else has. And so I think it's not helpful to be like, oh, well, you're just a fucking moron. You know what I mean? Like that's what might be how we feel in the moment.
Yeah.
Just like in traffic when someone cuts me off, I'm like, that guy's a fucking idiot. It's like, okay, I'm sure that he has a family at home and I'm sure he's not an actually
I'm
just
sure
a
he
moron.
does nice things. Yeah.
But it's, you know, I don't know. It's not a good shortcut to take with
they're
everybody.
probably leading with anger as well. And
I'm sure.
And like we just have to
And
be
that's
the
why-
person that doesn't.
And usually that's what disrupts actual conversation is the anger is
everybody just gets pissed off
you
and
jump to
screams at each
conclude,
other.
oh well, you think this, you probably think this, and you think this, and you must hate me, and you're probably a bad person.
Snowflake.
That's just not how that works. Like I don't know.
Yeah. However, I do think if
That'd be really
the
cool.
economy is going to be so good, I better have a 5-bedroom, 3-bath.
Yeah, let's really turn this place around.
$1,500 a month. I better have that in New York City in 2 months.
Dude, Ricky Rovelli,
No.
he just bought a new house.
Did he really?
Ricky.
Five bedrooms.
5 bedrooms.
Yeah.
How many kids is he having?
Ricky.
10?
Well, they're not talking about it yet. I don't want to.
Oh, well, that's a lot. That's crazy for 5 bedrooms.
But-
okay.
Yeah,
That's a lot of bedrooms for not knowing.
They
lot of
haven't put in
bedrooms.
the order
Wow.
with the stork
I don't
yet.
listen. I'm just the best man. I got him to the point where he could. I don't know what's gonna happen there.
Have you guys heard of the INC?
Inc.
Like incorporation?
Nope. This is something you two might know about. Every year in Miami, there is an international conference. That's the I and the C. International Conference. The N, my friends, is noise.
What?
There is an international noise conference. It's celebrated 20 years, 2 years ago, so it's on the 22nd year in 2025.
Congratulations.
In Miami.
Legal.
And it is
it like
where people come together with inventions and musical items
Okay.
where they are just making new noises.
Oh, I love
Whoa,
this.
really?
You like it now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
You like it
I
now.
cannot
Oh, I love new
wait.
You
noises.
like it now. You like
like
it
a little
now.
kid.
It is crazy. Okay, you ready?
I want to hear that. I want to hear. I want to hear.
I want to hear bang, bang.
No, work.
I want to hear.
I want to hear. Wouldn't
That was
believe
me
it if you showed
reacting
it
for
to
the
me.
first time. Oh, I've seen this video. It's so good.
Well, that's.
This is a real convention, by the way.
Oh my god! I was hoping for something like quirky. He's just smashing a pedal on the table.
Lucas, it's just noise. It's not noise that sounds good. It's noise.
It's not noises.
All right. Well,
What is that machine? What is that?
They're new inventions, Lucas. They're inventing new noises.
Oh no!
With music playing in the background.
I like this.
I don't like it.
I love.
Dude, I wanted to like it. I don't. That one's sick. Okay, I like this one.
I like his assless chaps.
Dude, me too. He's hot.
Dude.
Lucas, you like this?
I like
This
this.
is your nightmare.
This is my favorite one.
It's incredibly loud, high-pitched noises being blasted into your ears.
I listen to all
my
of
nightmare?
Woodpecker
What do you think
by
I have?
Mersbo.
What do you think I am? Oh, we're normal again. That is an ass.
There's like 5 people in here, maybe.
Yeah, that's the type of vibe. This is giving the same vibe as, we're cybergoth.
Yeah.
Under the bridge.
Okay, so that's a thing that happens.
I gotta go.
Now fucking hear me out.
Okay.
We make a new invention, the 2025 one, January 31st through February 5th.
In Miami.
In Miami. We make a new invention. We go down. We interview people at the noise convention. We make a video out of it.
I
think that's a great
to
idea.
interview people at the noise convention.
I
would love to go to the noise convention, I'll be honest.
Ooh,
okay,
that's a
Aaron,
okay.
why are you making this realistic?
Aaron, you're actually
this
making
could be
possible.
the greatest video we've ever done.
I would love to do this.
This would
Not
be
only do we
wild.
make an invention that would burn the house down, but we interview these people that are clearly on meth. Okay? Come on.
They are.
I'm big in on this idea.
Come on. I think
End of January?
End of January into early February
Wow. In Florida?
in Florida. Miami.
Now,
Going to Miami.
Miami boys be like Miami. Miami.
They do be like that. You're so right.
Miami.
Yeah.
That would be wild. That'd be crazy.
That'd be sick.
We could do so many bits. We could set up a stand, but make your best noise with your mouth. I'd love that bit.
That'd be sick.
We have one where like, okay, if you were to, what's your favorite noise of all time? Just like ask people that. What's a great question.
Mhm.
We could have our own noise.
The sound
thing.
of one hand clapping.
Yeah, what would our invention be? But no, it's gotta be fucking loud.
It's got. I think it's just we steal a siren from a police car.
Wait, no, we do that and we run it through like a piano, like a MIDI system, and we play the siren as a piano.
Ooh. We get a big metal drum and we hit it with hammers.
Yes, that's it, Max. That's it. Yes!
Wait,
That's it.
We take a CRT TV, you know those big bulky ones, and we just smash the front of it with a baseball bat.
As you can tell, the event's free.
It's gotta be free.
Their website, horrible, but it's awesome. It's free.
Website noise.
Their
It's just a video of white noise.
Wait,
but you know what's so funny to me is that it's been
Cramp.
all my hips,
Help,
all
help.
of my hips popped.
Hold on, let me help.
That's not my thigh. Aaron Fern, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right.
Oh, much better.
That
Thank
was
you.
very close to your penis. I'm
So
sorry.
basically, I think that this is crazy because this is on like the 22nd year of this.
22 years.
I really wish there was like all 20 years documented of the noise.
That would be
convention.
so
And if
sick.
we go down there
What is it? Just a weekend?
and we interview people, it's like a long weekend,
Okay.
and we just go to even one day, we could explode this and get it to
This is a great
bigger,
idea.
a bigger spot,
Aaron-
and we
Aaron-
host it.
Aaron,
That would be so
Aaron,
cool.
We host
you
the
should cut
International Noise Convention.
You should cut this so that nobody gets there first.
Oh yeah, we actually should.
So here's
That's a
my,
maybe.
my only
Yeah.
thing. I'm not allowed to take vacation days during January and February.
Perfect.
But
But we have to go down on a Saturday morning and back Sunday night.
Friday night. We
See,
could
I
go
could do
Friday
that.
night,
I
come
could
back
do that.
Monday morning.
We could do like a
I
night
could
display.
also work from the place. Like I can work remotely, you know. So like
from the noise convention.
What's that?
Okay, good point. Yeah,
That's
a customer service.
We're in the back. So how did you get into noise?
You're gonna want to go to tile number 35.
So what's your
Tile-
favorite kind of noise? Is it the ones that you hear inside or the ones out loud?
Reversing entries. Reversing entries.
Everyone there, when you try to talk to them, they go,
Yeah.
they just scream internally.
Dude, it would be we
I would really like
this
to go.
was the whole
I genuinely
point of me
want to
bringing
go.
this up is because I want to go.
Genuinely
That'd be
want to
sick.
go.
I want to go so bad.
Let's look
would
at plane
be
tickets.
it would be such an amazing, not only video, but like such a crazy story. We went to the International Noise Convention in Miami. Are you kidding me? We don't take vacations ever. But we go to the International
I'm going to
Noise
Miami.
Convention. This could be our next 999, but better.
But better.
Yeah.
But better.
Next level. We got to keep leveling up.
Yeah,
we got to keep leveling up.
Yeah.
We're past 2,000 followers, by the way, on TikTok.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, congrats,
we're doing
boys.
really well. We're almost at 3 million views on the
Damn.
video.
We probably have hit
That's
it right
crazy.
now.
I bet we
Crazy.
have. Let me check.
It's been
Good
a
takes,
world.
1 week since you
I've
looked at
stopped
me.
completely responding. I kind of stopped a while ago, but I stopped completely responding to videos. And I also, when I'll open the notifications, I won't look at the notifications, the comments. I'll look at the video and be like, all right, that's the Rizzler one. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to look at it.
Scrolling past
new
the
one. Okay,
Rizzler.
here we go.
Scrolling past the Rizzler.
Yeah. But we have to go to the noise convention, guys.
I'd love to.
God, I want to go.
I'd love to.
I'm not kidding.
We are at 3 million.
Were we really?
Damn.
220,000 likes.
Oh.
Damn, that's pretty good.
220,000
That's
people were
insane.
like, I liked that.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever look at total watch hours and be like the collective brain drain
No,
on
I have
society?
not.
Go
Max,
and look at the top
Max,
rated video
I
and look at the
wish.
watch hours. And you'll
show
go
you. I'll show you.
look at the collective hours of humanity that I have,
It's upsetting.
wasted.
Because we were
Could be on,
talking
like,
about
cancer
this.
research or like a scientific pursuits, and it's just someone watching the
'Cause
Rizzler.
Max, we were talking about this on the episode that didn't come out, but like there are moments when I will like be looking at our TikTok watch hours, and if we had that on YouTube, we'd be fucking making money on
Yeah.
it.
We would be making
Like
money.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
We would be making
Hold on, let's
That's
see
the
what I can
that's the
find
that's the
for-
double-edged sword with TikTok is that everything is short form and everything is served up on a silver platter to people, but there's no long-term engagement. That's the problem. YouTube, if you can keep people's attention on YouTube, it's like you're doing something worthwhile.
It's longevity.
Yeah.
It's like getting a government job. It's like getting a job in the government. You get a pension.
I think that you're doing more for society as a YouTuber instead of a government
16
worker.
Lucas, 16,000 hours.
16,000 hours.
16 on
Wait,
that
bro.
video alone.
How many years?
Do you
is
know
that?
how long it would
1,000
take
hours.
one person working 40 hours a week to work 16,000 hours
It's
of labor?
16,901 hours, 55
Wait a
minutes,
minute,
and 31 seconds.
Oh my god! Can someone calculate how many
21%
weeks
of
that
those
would take
people
at full
watched the
time?
full video. And the video views is 3 million.
Wait, 16,000 hours. That would be
Mhm.
four. No, that would
It's
be 4,000 weeks.
It's 1.8 calendar years.
Oh my god.
oh my god!
It's 1.8.
And you all
years.
chose our video. Thank you so much for watching.
We have
Just
collected.
One
You
Fern.
guys have collectively sapped 2
Yeah.
years out of human consciousness.
Let's Max.
Congratulations!
Yeah. Wait,
yeah.
Max, let's check yours.
God,
Check
that's
mine.
so.
What's God? What's the one I'm in?
The
What's
one,
the one? I'm in?
That didn't make me
7,000
feel
hours.
7,000 hours. Wow.
7,000 hours for the one
7,000
about
a year.
Max's?
on
A
the
year.
rent one, yeah.
Which, by the way, blew up since. Now it's at like 750,000.
It's almost at 800,000.
800,000.
Damn,
Almost
dude,
at
that's fucking
800,000.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
It's
sick.
why like this video going viral has brought all of our videos up. Like
Yes,
there's
yes.
videos from like 2 years ago that are like, oh, this person liked this video. I'm like,
Really?
what the fuck?
That's
How'd they like this
awesome,
video?
dude. That means
Yeah.
people are seeing the videos that are doing well right now and going back, which
Yes.
is really
Right.
good.
That is really
Dude, I
good.
want that so
This is the
bad.
best thing
Yeah.
when I find a new YouTuber and I'm like, oh, what is this? I go back and watch every video they've
Yeah.
ever made and I'm like, knocking them out of the
Yeah.
park, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm like, yes, dude.
God, I hope
So
that's
sick.
us. We have the content. We have 4 years of content.
We have 4 years
Yeah.
of content. There's plenty of time. Go ahead. Watch all of it. Please do.
I want to talk about cave accidents. Okay, let me take a poll before we start. I've been wanting to talk about this the whole time. I want to talk about cave accidents.
I gotta know. No, I need to know why.
Cave
I
cave
need to know
diving,
why.
underwater diving.
You jumped it with.
Okay, I'll tell
Where
you why.
did you
I'll
start?
tell you why.
Where did you start to
I'll
get
tell
here?
you why. I'll tell you why. Here's why.
This is like as above, so below.
Yes.
No.
That's a cave.
No.
Yes, there's many
Specifically,
accidents.
Yes.
specifically
So many cave
caves. Here are 3 fucking things that should
Just do it.
never. If you see these things in an activity that hey, imagine if I like came up to one of you guys and I was like, hey, I found a cave recently, and it's underwater. There's underwater passageways, and I want all of us to go inside. What's your first reaction to that?
My first reaction is no, and I'm not letting you.
Yeah, right.
I'm not gonna let you go.
That's what I'm saying. First reaction. First of all, I'm not doing that, and you're not.
Yeah,
doing
you're not doing it either.
Well, that didn't happen to 3 students of Brigham Young University.
Oh my
Why?
God.
Of course, it's BYU.
These fucking Mormons, dude. I'm so sick of the Mormons and their soda pop.
It is very sad.
They're dirty ass.
The story that I'm about to tell you guys is actually quite sad. It is actually quite sad. But
well,
the reason
3 people died.
3 young people perished.
3 young.
BYU.
I saw this YouTube video about this today. There were 4 of them. There were 4 of them.
I said drunk.
They were in a hardcore band.
I said Trump voters.
They're all hikers. They're all cavers or whatever.
They're all cavers.
Yeah, that's their hobby. They're like, oh yeah, and they're
we
in
don't like
the
to go up.
mountains.
We like to go down.
And they're in the mountains, and one of the girls is like, I found this cave, and the only way to get into the final center of the cave is to swim through a 15-foot long, completely underwater passageway. And it's so silty that you can't see what's happening. So you have to follow a guide rope. Underwater.
Who found this out?
Wait, where'd
one
the
girl
guide
went in
rope
there once.
come from?
Because previous people had been in there and they were like, well, this is really dangerous.
So what
we'll
about
do
the first guy?
But that's what I'm thinking. The first person must have been like, well, I know I can swim 30 feet, so I'll go at least 15.
Right. All these people are crazy.
Miles.
All of these people are genuinely risking their lives every time. So, but these people are like, it's like 50-degree water. They don't have wetsuits. They're in shorts and sandals, and they're like, yeah, sure, okay, we'll do it. We do this type of shit all the time. And one of them goes under, and they follow the guide rope, and they pop up in this little cavern. The cavern on the inside is called Gollum's Cave, by the way. Very ominous.
Oh my!
She pops up, and then she told everyone, wait 2 minutes before you leave, so that we don't get jammed up in the tunnel and turned around. We both don't drown. So that just tells you the stakes. So she pops up. 2 minutes later, her friend pops up. Another 2 minutes, the other friend pops up. The other friend is waiting at the entrance of the cave because he's like, I don't feel good about this. And so the 3 of them are in this room, and they start to get dizzy and short of breath. And it's because the very small pocket that they're in has not had fresh oxygen for decades because it's a closed off section of cave.
Because people keep coming in,
because people keep coming in and breathing the air and leaving. The last person that went in was like lighting candles in there and shit. So now they've just swum 15 feet underwater. They pop up, and then there's not enough oxygen in there for them to hang out for long. So they're all getting short of breath. So the one of them is like, we got to get out now. So the one girl, she swims under, she goes through the cavern, she gets turned around, she drowns in the tunnel. The next person is like panicking because she can't breathe. She goes underneath, she gets blocked by her body, gets turned around, she drowns. The next guy goes into the tunnel, gets blocked, but they all fucking drown. It's like, dude, why would you do that? Why would you go into the cave? I'm like, me at work being like, why do I feel so anxious all the time? And I'm watching the 3 children were all killed in the. I'm like, God,
dude, that is horrendous.
I can't think of a more nightmarish situation. An actual thing that happened.
Imagine you're the third person. You're panicking and you're following the rope, and you feel 2 dead bodies.
And you feel 2 dead bodies, and then you die. And then the last person
not
in the
dead
cave,
bodies, your friends' dead bodies,
friends.
Because you must be them.
Yes.
And then you go, I'm gonna,
and you're just like, there's nothing I can do.
My main question is, what happened when the next person decided to go?
Well,
they was blocked by 3 dead bodies.
There was one of their friends was waiting at the entrance,
and they never
came out after 45 minutes. So then he called the authorities. They pumped the whole cave empty of water, and then they found all their bodies. So it was like, God. So then they sealed the whole thing off with concrete. It's like, fuck.
So you're telling me they could have pumped the water out first? Is what I'm hearing. They could have pumped the water out this whole time. And it killed them.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do what?
This shit happens all the time. There's a
people are stupid.
There's a
Don't go
YouTube
to
channel
caves.
that I follow, and all they post is cave accidents. And there's so many cave. They post like
Who's
once
obsessed with
every
these cave
3 days.
accidents?
I am.
Fuck.
I am.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. The stories are interesting.
You waited just long enough.
The stories are interesting.
You're a little mad too. Yeah.
Listen, it's a tragedy. I don't know. I'm a sick freak, just like my mom. She likes true crime. I like hearing about people dying thousands of meters underground. I hate to say it, but I am.
Oh, Max.
Max,
that was what I learned today, and I was like, I can't finish this video.
That's
horrible.
Max, I'm glad you brought that up.
That's like
sorry.
that's a horror film that you decided to like watch during work.
Oh my
Waking
God.
nightmare.
That could be a really good horror film, but nobody has the balls to make it. That's right. I'm calling
Except
out
for the
you.
French director
Nobody.
Juan Valdez.
I'm calling
That
out
sounds
you.
very Spanish.
Yeah,
Who are you talking-
he was
who are you
born
talking
in
about?
Paris.
Is that a real person?
Yeah.
I was calling out Errol Fern. Who are you talking about?
Yeah. I was talking to Steven Spielberg.
He's talking about Juan Valdez.
Who is Juan Valdez?
I'm kidding. Juan Valdez, I believe, is an actor, and he is
Director.
My
Director.
friend from home calls him and his family call salad bowl Juan Valdez.
Why?
I don't know. That's just the name that they have for the game.
That's so.
But
That's
anyway,
random.
Juan
Tell them they're
Valdez born in
wrong.
Paris, but it sounds Spanish.
That does not sound French.
No, stop going into caves, Max. Stop
Don't-
watching these things.
Don't go. I can't
watch-
stop.
I have a
can't
guy
stop.
on TikTok
because
I'll watch
sometimes people
sometimes.
survive and they live to tell the tale, and I'm like, that's great. But then sometimes you watch the video and it's like they all
Max.
fucking drown
Max.
right next to each other's
Have
dead
you
bodies.
seen have you seen the like GoPro videos of people doing it?
No.
Yes, I
No.
have.
'Cause they're-
Yes, I have.
Have you seen the guy who goes into the hellhole and brings his 14-year-old son?
No.
And he makes him go first because he can fit.
What? Don't bring your
Yeah.
14-year-old son
It's
into a
fucking
hellhole.
awful. It's called the hellhole.
It's no better than the Rizzler's dad.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
Rizzler's
no, actually,
dad
they're
is
a piece of
bad.
shit.
Now
The
give us a
Rizzler's
name.
dad is really bad.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
Max, I'm worried because
I
you
know.
went from the whole public executions to now the cave
Public
accident.
You are a
Executions,
morbid
we-
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hangings. Did you finish that hangings
You-
book?
you
Oh,
read a
I
book
did
about
finish the hangings
hanging,
book. I
and now
did
you're
finish the
talking about
hangings book.
deaths in a cave.
I find more. I'm morbidly curious. I'm very morbidly curious. I always have been.
You're more
Last
than
book I
morbidly
read was
curious.
was a fantasy book about revolution. You read about hangings.
Well, the hangings book includes talk of revolution.
That's cool. That's good because the hanging should stop.
Well, they
Yeah, those
they
were-
haven't hung anyone in Britain since like 1950, so we're fine. We're fine. They don't hang people
that you
anymore.
know of.
I don't know anybody's. been hanged.
What about Brexit?
They
And
hung
that's
the
a
and they hung the EU.
And
That's a
that's the
fact.
fact. And that's
By
a
the
fact.
head.
And that's fact.
You know what? We only speak facts on this podcast.
Yeah, we're an anti-Brexit. we're
Yeah.
we're
Is that the Stanford
staunch
thing?
anti-Brexit
Brexit.
podcast.
Stop the Brexit.
Stop. Is it?
Bring Britain back to Europe. Bring Britain back to Europe, you sons of bitches.
Protestant Reformation.
I'm more mad. Oliver Cromwell.
Bring Martin
Oliver
Luther back
Twist,
into
bitch.
Catholicism.
It's about a fucking cat, Oliver Twist.
Braveheart, bitch.
Yeah. Every boy.
Crumpets and
Order of the Phoenix.
Crumpets and
Do you want a
whoopits.
fucking lemon bar up your bum?
Monty Python in there.
Pumpkin
The Holy
juice.
Grail up your bum.
The Royal Castle of. What?
Oh boy, we've gone off the rails. Is that your British person? Because it's perfect. The
We've
underbite.
gone,
The
we've
overbite.
gone, we've gone off the rails.
A little bit of a bit round down. What do you mean?
It's crazy.
That's every secondary Shakespeare character that you're doing.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah, you're the grave digger. You're the court jester. You're the man shoveling bodies in the street. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm that guy in that Dickens novel. I'm that guy who he goes, yeah, come here, kitty. Come here, kitty.
You're
Get you
Filch.
some milk.
You're Filch.
Get you some milk.
Filch and Filch's cat.
Oh, right I am.
Mrs. Norris. Mrs. Norris. And then she's hanging because she's paralyzed and dead.
You kill me, cat.
You killed Mrs. Norris. I know she
Mary
did.
Poppins. Sorry, I didn't mean.
That was
I didn't mean to get mystical on
For
you.
those of you on Spotify, you're welcome.
You're welcome. Shout out our Spotify listeners.
You're welcome.
God, we just
You
yell.
put a limiter on this?
I do. Yeah,
Okay,
I
good.
I hope mine
compress.
distorts. I hope mine
Good.
distorts.
Good. You gotta
Well, you always distort.
make sure
I
you
do?
dither.
Yeah, because you're
Sorry.
always like,
Well, because I'm always this close
You're this
and I'm always
close.
screaming.
yeah,
So
yeah.
And
I
this
don't care.
one's for the YouTube.
Oh my
podcast.
God! This no,
This one's for you,
dude. You look like that kid from Pinocchio. Not Pinocchio.
Wait,
other
the one who's an animal?
Yeah.
The animal kid? Is that what you mean? You talking about an animal? This is crazy.
You look like an elf. You look like an elf. Right then,
This is
boys. Pinocchio, come here. Let me tell me your lie.
This is Braxton's older brother. It's more advanced. This is Braxton's Pokemon evolution. This is the next evolution.
Right, I got old booty. Let me sniff your ass from 50 meters. It's called ass sniffer.
I get your number, my phone, just by looking at you.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah, you were distorting
Dude,
your face.
we have, oh my God. What a time.
What an episode this has been.
This has been a
We
crazy
had to make up for the lost episode. We had to.
Yeah. I think that's all we got.
That's all I got in
Yeah.
me.
Oh my God. Thank you for listening. Sorry that we went off the rails, but I love you. I love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
Oh man,
Please subscribe. Follow us on all social media. And
I stole your thing, Lucas. I'm sorry.
I love you. I hope you're doing okay.
No, you
See you next week.